Good evening and welcome. I'd like to start the meeting out calling it to order, and if you would join me, let's do the Pledge of Allegiance, please. We'll go here later. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If we can, let's start out with the approval of the agenda. And we have one change here. The attorney is going to be scratched this evening, and we're going to insert number 7, Good Times in Goodrich.
Mr. President, concerning the Parks and Rec Committee just kind of came together, and it was my understanding that they looked at some proposals for some bids for the new shed down there. Should that also be, or maybe it's in here and it's just not on here written down, but shouldn't that be come to the council for final approval on how much is going to be spent on the shed?
I don't know if it would be necessary. We have the insurance money. It's not really the taxpayer's money per se.
What are you talking about?
But
Because
the,
of the shed.
It would be discussed under Parks and Rec.
yeah. Let's just think we'll discuss it under Parks and Rec.
And then my last question, if we can bring the Wheelots Walk and Drains project back on the unfinished business.
No. So if we can, if we're all set, we can do a roll call vote on the approval of tonight's agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda of July 13, 2015.
With the addition.
I've got it. Horton.
Yes.
McCafferty. Yes. Maureen.
Yes.
Dick.
No.
Baldwin.
Yes. If we can, let's move on down to the approval of minutes, the regular council meeting, June 8th, 2015. Questions?
Bless you.
Bless you. I'm looking for a motion to accept the regular council meetings for June 8th, 2015.
Make a motion to accept the June 8th, 2015 minutes.
I'll support that. Roll call, please.
Horton.
Yes.
McCafferty. Yes. Maureen.
Yes.
Dick.
Yes.
Baldwin.
Yes. The special council meeting of June 29th, 2015.
Make a motion to accept the minutes of June 29th, 2015.
I'll support it. Any other comments? Roll call, please.
Horton.
Yes.
McCafferty. Yes. Maureen.
Yes.
Dick.
Yes.
Baldwin.
Yes. The treasurer's report, which is the purple sheet.
Make a motion to accept the treasurer's report, July 13th, 2015.
Looking for support.
I'll support.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Baldwin.
Yes.
Horton.
Yes.
Wait a minute, how did I get you there? McCafferty. Yeah. Maureen.
Yes.
Dick.
Yes.
Somehow got you on the top.
Number one once in a while.
Man.
Bills and transfers. The green sheet.
Question, Mr. President. During our budget, we went through everybody's payroll, so to speak, what they're going to be getting paid, which include the gardener and the code enforcer. And on the green sheet, I'm seeing Jim's been doing some mowing for the village for a total payment of $1,300 and some change. So I'm kind of curious why he wasn't discussed at the budget meeting and where his money comes out of the budget from. I'll go a little more details.
Yeah. More grass.
He's the person that does the brush hogging on empty lots for the village. And that money is charged to the property owner.
That's polite.
Is that something that should have been brought up in the budget? I mean, because he's still getting money from us, I'm assuming, right?
And then we collect the money plus an administrative fee from the property owner.
So where does his expense come out of?
I don't have a budget in front of me.
And then where
There's,
does it,
in general fund, there's a revenue account for,
miscellaneous income?
fees and, I don't remember what the name of it is. It's in the revenue account.
Okay, so that's where it shows where the money's coming in from?
Yes, when the taxpayer pays us,
Okay. And then the money going out, what department does that come out of?
it's in an escrow account. It's not in the budget. The fees on the front page are the $70 that we charge administration fees for those. So he's paid out of an escrow account, and when the money comes in from the property owner, it's adjusted at that time.
The second question I have, looks like we purchased a backpack blower for $463. Does council not need to approve that?
It's under $500.
I understand that, but every time we keep purchasing stuff that's under $500, it adds up over $500. I mean, at some point in time.
$500 per purchase.
So you could have 5 purchases of $500 in 1 month, $2,500. You don't have to
Good, but they
approve.
don't.
I understand that, but I'm just asking for general discussion. I mean,
Yes,
is there a limit?
In the office,
It's
again.
just what's been, it's the way it's been done forever. It's a $500. It's been
The
a
charter
change.
says I have a
Change.
$500 limit.
I'm just asking.
The backpack broke.
Okay, and
So
my last
the next
question.
one will be, power washer too, that you'll see. I mean, it's not on here, it's on the next bill.
And then, I know I seen it in here, there was something in here for $10 reimbursement out of petty cash. Somewhere along there, I'm just kind of curious on how much, what's the fund total that we have in the petty cash account?
$25.
Yeah. And that, the 25, that's a monthly balance, so if we get below that, then we just put that back in, so it's up to $25. That's my
Or
understanding.
a quarter, every quarter, something like that.
Thank you.
We have a motion?
I make a motion that we accept checks and transfer from 7/07/2015 or 6/1/2015 to 6/30.
Looking for support?
I'll support.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Horton,
Yes.
McCaffrey,
Yes.
Maureen,
Yes.
Dick,
Yes.
Baldwin.
Yes. All set. First round of public comment, agenda items, please. 3-minute limitation.
Peggy Frederick, 7476 Terra Court. My first question is, can you please tell me what the purpose of the village council is? Is it to represent the village citizen taxpayers, or is it more like you're representing the village employees? What is the purpose supposed to be? My second question is, when people get up here like I just did and have questions, how come we leave without getting answers? Isn't that the purpose of asking the question? And my third question is, with regard to how much that we're spending for the medical for the employees, my understanding was the law said that the employees are supposed to contribute to that, and I'm wondering if we're doing anything in that regard. Again, a question with no answer.
Anyone else? No one else? Let's move on down to unfinished business. Number 1, Genesee County Sheriff's Department report.
We didn't put one this month. Yeah, it'll come to our front.
She needs to speak it up.
What's that? Number 2, the reports on street administrator, 9/11, water and waste, parks and rec.
We're still crack sealing, we're down to about a half a pallet, we should have it all used up by Friday.
Nothing to report on 911 or water and waste. Parks and Recs, we had our first meeting the other night. I thought it went really well. We appointed a chairman, and we're having a meeting in August and a meeting in September to review the proposed Parks and Recs plan for adoption before February.
Mr. Vick brought up the question as far as getting estimates and other bids. You want to touch on it, you want me to? There were several bids as far as material goes. There was a couple of bids that we received from, one was from the Amish. There was a couple of them that were completed buildings. We're doing this for probably about 40% savings, maybe a little bit more than that with community involvement. Get a little bit more, a little nicer for the money that we're going to get. And it's the community, it's the Park and Recs committee, it's the work bee that we have the major savings, Mr. Vick. So it's not something we just jump on and just trying to spend a lot of money and not trying to account to everyone for. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
No, I understand that, but I would disagree with your statement at the beginning here that it's not the taxpayers' insurance money, and taxpayers are the ones that are paying for this building, and taxpayers are the ones that are receiving that money so we can make repairs to the building or to any assets that's outside in our community. So I would disagree with you on that statement. So that's kind of why I'm asking, since we did receive money for that shed, and I'm still unsure of what the actual total amount was for all the insurance claims that we had, I just thought it'd be appropriate to have a motion that we don't spend over that amount of money that we had for the insurance that came into the shed.
I believe we've talked about it before. It's about $9,000 that we're receiving from insurance money. And I think right now the bills total, what, about $2,600 that we have in material? And most of the siding is stained painted, so we'll under that.
Now, was that just for the shed, or is that for all the damage?
There's other damages back here too.
So do we have bids on getting that stuff repaired as well?
I have material bids, but the guys are doing it. And it's, once again, I'm kind of helping too.
So my last question I have for the remainder of the amount of money, where did that money go?
Basically, I think we're still going to plan on using it for, we have a temporary shed that's over on, we'll call it the north side of the DPW building that was damaged. And we're going to see if we can do some repairs to that. And as of right now, we'll wait and see how much money we have and get some options on what we can do over there.
And then my concern is to try to protect us here a little bit, and I'm no insurance broker or whatnot whatsoever, but it was my understanding if you do a claim, you have to show receipts for the money that they reimbursed you for the full amount that you get.
None that I've ever worked for. The insurance companies I work for, and I work for them all the time, I just finished one in Sanford. They cut you a check, they don't care what you do with it.
Okay.
We had to.
They're done.
Bills of what the worth was
Worth,
of each,
right.
each area.
It was, the estimate was broken down onto each claim. There were like 3 basic claims. And that's how we come up with the gross amount.
And I'm just basing this off on a homeowner's insurance policy that we did a claim on, we had to show the receipts that we actually spent the money. to
Did you do
replace
it
the
yourself or
damage.
did you hire a contractor?
We hired a contractor for the electrical.
But the rest of you did yourself?
Because it was electronic.
Well,
replacement.
let me also back up on that, and Rick helped me out with this. And also, it's the insurance company's responsibility to protect the mortgage company too. Okay, to protect that investment. And Rick, if you want to jump in at any time, help me out.
Well, anytime a claim is paid for property damage, not liability now, property damage, then if there's a mortgage involved, the check is always made out to the mortgage company and to the insured. So the dollar sign, as far as the company is concerned, they're paying a risk. They're not interested in who pays it, the claim. They're not interested in where the money's going. That's none of their business. All they know is they're paying a claim. That is their business. And the check generally is made out to the person making the claim. If it's a simple claim like the wind blew my awning and it messed it up and it was a $400 claim, they paid a claim for $400. Then oftentimes they'll have an adjuster look at it to make sure that the claim that is presented to the insurance company, number one, is legitimate, and the adjuster is generally the one that makes up how many dollars it takes to pay the claim. So the guy for the insurance company is writing the checks to ABC. He could care less who ABC is. His job is to pay the check to the right people. It's pretty simple.
And my last question on that would be, if there is going to be a surplus of money that we're not going to spend on there, is that money going to be brought to the council for approval to be spent elsewhere?
I would assume that's what
Yes.
would be the policy.
I'm just asking, because you said there's another shed that may need to be repaired. and whatnot.
We don't know how much money we're gonna have left over. We'll see how much money we have left over as far as what we can
The
do.
other shed was part of the claim.
Oh, perfect. You good on that, Brian?
Were you making a motion or were you suggesting a motion?
I was asking if one needed to be made.
Okay.
Shannon? Anything?
I have a Parks and Rec comment. Just driving through the village, I saw that the work on the shed had started. And then now just in conversation that the boards or that the siding's being stained, painted, whatever is being done with it. I didn't receive any emails on asking for, volunteers or assistance. I didn't even know that was going on this weekend. It was discussed in the park. But I don't know if maybe an email needs to be sent out just to let people know, because I didn't have kids this weekend. I could have been
Goodrich
swapping.
volunteer group painted the shed or stained the shed. It wasn't part of the Parks and Recs.
Oh,
Their
okay,
group
okay,
They actually got
volunteered to do
kids
that.
from the high school that had to put in hours,
oh, okay.
high school society, whatever it is.
We would have sent an email out had it been.
But they had 5 volunteers there. It would have been all painted, but we ran out of paint, so they're gonna finish Wednesday morning.
Oh, okay.
And
I'll
it'll
be
be all
working Wednesday
painted.
morning.
I'll talk to Angie and make sure in the future that she sends out emails.
Yeah, just,
Hopefully.
I was available, and my husband, much to his dismay, probably, I could have made him available, voluntold him.
Might have not wanted it. Actually, they were done pretty quickly.
Okay,
They went really well. They worked hard at it. And hopefully, if everything goes good, I'll have the plywood on it Wednesday. I got 3 retirees in my neighborhood. We're gonna take a shot at putting that up there and getting it ready to roof.
oh, okay. And it was just discussed that, everyone was gonna pitch in and volunteer, and I felt like a missed opportunity.
I'll
so.
talk to Angie, make sure that in the future she emails everyone.
If we get the one piece of sheeting up, we can get the electric started as soon as, or they're gonna mount up meters. Hopefully that'll all go well.
In the background of street administrator, but I'm going to address it to you, if I may. Back in January, we had a closed session meeting, and there was some documentation that was provided by Mr. McKinney that said it should be addressed to the public concerning the Goodrich Meadows subdivision. So I was wondering if you want to get back with McKinney, or if we can set up an agenda for next meeting that we read his letter that he suggested go up to the public. Because he did say we just need time to review it, and it needs to be discussed, and we have yet to do that.
And that's something that I've kind of formed one committee, I want to do another one on the roads. I had made that comment earlier on the streets. I'd like each subdivision to do that. And if you want to work with me, we can go through and with that and talk to the people in the communities and get ideas as far as how we can fix the roads. That's,
Shannon, probably needs a copy of it.
Yeah, I don't have one.
okay. Code enforcement.
Sir, Dave's been here. Going fine. I picked up the signs for his truck that says Village of Goodrich Code Enforcement on. I thought that was a great idea to have those signs made so that when he's driving around, people know that somebody's out there taking a look at things, and when he goes to somebody's house, not only does he have a business card and a shirt, but it's written on the side of his vehicle. They're just magnetic signs. That's all on that.
Administrative, please.
I don't have anything.
Sidewalks.
If I may, Mr. President, question.
Please.
Last meeting, I have a couple things in here. I asked about the recent lawsuit that we were having, and Jackie had the documentation with her and said she had it. However, I have still not received anything on it. Looking into it a little further, there seems to be a co-attorney of Landry, the last name of Landry that's on this. Is that true?
It's through the insurance company.
That's through the insurance company? Okay. And then, last thing I want to bring up, and I mean no disrespect to anybody, but there was an incident that took place at the last meeting with Keith Wellworth and my wife at the end of the meeting where law enforcement had to get involved. He is on the planning and zoning board. He attended this meeting drunk, admitted that he was drunk. And
I'm gonna stop you right there. It's kind of a slanderous remark without having anything that you can support.
I asked the police officer, and he said, yes, he was drunk. He said, but I did not drive here.
But
We do not condone that.
You're telling
He's a
me
public
what
official.
the police officer said, and
He is a
no, it's a
public
slanderous remark.
official.
He's
It's not
a
a
public,
slanderous
but you're
remark.
telling me what you've read into it, and I'm gonna take that as, no, I'm not gonna allow that.
Okay, I'll get the statement from the police officer and I'll bring it up in the next meeting.
Then that's a
And then when we
statement
have
from the
that,
police officer,
we will
then we can
remove
look at
him
it.
from those two boards.
Well, we'll look at it.
Okay, because you're condoning that kind of behavior
I'm not
from
condoning
public
anything.
officials.
I'm not condoning anything.
Fair enough. And then my last comment that I have is you gave us some lip service during the budget meeting, all hands on deck, and that's why we're not going to be closing this office down on Friday because of home inspections that are coming up. And in fact, there was a home inspection with one of our people in this lawsuit, and we had nobody there in attendance. Mr. McKinney wasn't there, nor was Jackie, nor anybody from the village.
I believe that was under his advisement too, wasn't that, for us not to attend?
Mr. McKinney attended the first home inspection, and it was advised that we don't attend that. Somebody has been hired to do the inspection, is fully qualified to do it. And we can't ask any questions, we can't talk. So there's no reason for us to be there.
Well, I can respect that coming from the attorney, but that was kind of the reason justified to keep the office open on Friday.
It had nothing to do with those inspections. It had nothing to do with
That was
those
what you
inspections.
stated, Mr. President.
Pardon?
That was what you stated.
There's a lot of other things that are going on, and I don't believe I said anything about any home inspections as far as those attorneys. There were reports and information that the courts have required. I also believe that I had mentioned the fact that there was a couple of developments that were being looked into right now, and there's needed assistance there. I'm trying to think what else there was, but I don't know if I actually pertained to
I'm not in the office all
any.
week, then
I don't really think I said anything as far as the home inspections with the lawsuit. I don't believe I said that.
Right, I guess my final concerns are, Mr. McKinney can answer these, I'm assuming as we get the next meeting. I mean, are we being represented properly? There were some pretty big hitters that were at some of these inspections, and we had nobody there to see what's going on. be a pretty good concern to all of you.
I believe I sent you an email regarding that too. At the
The
time.
dates, I think the dates of some of the home inspections, and I think they got rescheduled. And I don't know if I got that follow-up email, which I may have. But
The
again,
email I sent you was that we would not be attending those meetings.
well, then I will go back and look, but I don't believe I received that one. Okay.
Let's move on. We're looking now at the good times in Goodrich.
Okay, I'm sorry.
There wasn't. Welcome.
Hi. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jenny McKenzie. I've chaired Good Times in Goodrich for 7 years, I think, something like that. Gary Sheffers represents the fire department. So Gary's got some things that he wants to run through with you, and then I'll just fill in the gaps when he's finished.
Thanks.
That's okay, that's what you have me for.
Okay. We're going to the parade for Good Times, August 1st. Lineup is at 10. We start at Schumann, go east to Hego, to Clarence, go north on Clarence, and then the walkers would exit east on Erie, the vehicles would exit left on Erie to go back around and exit on Hego Road.
Not a problem. You don't need any barricades or anything?
We got the sheriff department, auxiliary department coming out to close the side streets.
Yeah, you'll be fine then.
Okay. Oh,
If you need some, like, just let us know, and we'll drop them where you want them.
okay, will do. And then, requesting to close down Erie Street, August 1st from 6 a.m. to 10, for the Good Times in Goodrich. From Reed Elementary to M15, on Erie, I'm sorry.
You've done that last year.
Yes.
Shouldn't be a problem. It worked out good.
Just need to contact all the homeowners.
Yeah, there's only 3 or 4 of them down there.
Yeah.
Yep, I've got
Okay.
someone down there.
And that's my question, who contacts them?
Later. And then they give us a list.
Yeah.
We'll contact them. Duck race, we're having at 3 p.m. using the creek like we did last year again, dump mow the dam,
Hopefully we have water.
hopefully. And about getting power to the park, is that something?
We're working on it.
Okay.
I hope to have the meter base in by the weekend, and if consumers can drop it in their line.
Okay, we're just checking, so, we can use generators too, so we're just checking.
I guess I have a question with that. Could we run overhead from what's up there on the top to
We
those 2
can run
poles
it
we're
on
at?
that. We have power to the second pole. The third pole is the one that went down.
So
Maybe when they're here, they can hook that one up and unhook the other one so they can remove it up on top.
So there's no power to the pavilion at the moment?
At the moment, no.
Okay, that's fine, just as long as we know, because we can get, most of our vendors are able to operate off generators, so we'll just
We
do
hope
that.
to. I hope to have it in there, we're gonna work a lot of it.
Well, we'd appreciate it, but we're not gonna get too stressed about it. Is the dumpster back in the park, yes or no?
It is until after Good Times.
Okay.
And can we get an extra one for that weekend? Would they bring us an extra one?
Do we need one?
Well, they have a lot. If we could get an extra one in there to help them out, it'd be wonderful.
At this stage, we won't be having the restaurant rendezvous on Sunday. It hasn't come together as well, so it will just be a one-day event for this year only, just because of the way that things have happened. For those of you who don't know, it will be piggybacked on the Kayla O'Mara race on that day, so that the Kayla O'Mara race will start 8, I think, in the morning. It'll finish, and then our parade will kick off. And then there'll be a classic car show and a movie until late at night. And that's about, then whatever else happens. So as long as we can, just probably pick up some barricades, and I'll get with Jackie, Mrs. Sidge during the week before and let her know what we need, so.
Or are we getting another dumpster?
I don't think, because we're not having restaurant rendezvous, we may not need it. I don't want you to go to any extra, you know.
I was gonna say, we wanna make sure that it's empty prior to.
They emptied them.
Yeah, so, you know, we should be good. Okay, all righty. And of course, we'll have extra porta potties and stuff delivered on the Friday for the Saturday, and we will get the park sprayed for mosquitoes on Friday probably, if that's okay.
We'll make a motion to approve everything, including mosquito spray.
Which we pay for,
Yes.
yeah, but we just need to let you know that that's what we're going to
Are
do.
you gonna post down what kind of spray that you're going to use? I think that would be important. Who's gonna
What?
spray, put it that way?
Some company that we get every year, I don't know the name
You
of it.
can ask them, typically that's what they do. If they
Okay,
do
so you need to
once, They
put-
will post
We
it.
already have a sheet they give you, we put it on the building.
Okay, that'd be great, all right. No problem. Anything else that I've missed, need to
We
ask
could spray the whole village.
Twice, like start tomorrow.
I'd be spraying my place first.
Council, you have any questions?
Is there any way we can maybe get, I don't know, the DPW be able to do it, or maybe some volunteer Boy Scouts, high school kids, maybe clean out the creek a little bit with the duck race? There was a lot of debris in there last year, sticks and stuff hanging out.
DPW is crack sealing. We only have the crack sealing for another week.
Cracks,
The fire department, I can speak, we go down there a week before and make sure it's cleaned out, so. Just make sure all the branches are cleaned out, so.
And you guys will take care of that?
Yes.
Now, I've got a little note here for our park chairman, that maybe she can look into that also prior to. So, look at it twice, good point.
Anything else?
Need a motion to approve what's on this list as well as spraying the park.
we do it all in one motion, or we need three separate?
The old ones.
Make a motion to approve for the parade for Good Times in Goodrich, the closing of the streets, and the mosquito spray in the park.
Support.
And the duck race. Yeah, he was gonna say that.
I already have it. Ready?
Please.
Oh, I'm sorry, who's word?
I did.
Oh, okay. Horton,
Yes.
McCaffrey. Yes. Maureen.
Yes.
Vic.
Yes.
Baldwin.
Yes. New business, the bridge inspections.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There, I gave you another bid tonight. So there are three proposals. Row Engineering, Wade Trim, and the Spicer Group. Looking at the sheets, the Spicer Group came in $100 less than Row, and $400 less than Wade Trim. They're all doing the same thing. We have to have bridge inspections every 2 years, even though our bridge is brand new, and the other one's not that old. It's state law. We have to hire a professional engineer to do our bridge inspection. So I'm looking for a motion on which one of these companies you would like to.
Make a motion that we go with the Spicer Group, if they're all doing the same thing and they're the cheapest. Makes the
We've
most
not
sense.
worked with Spicer Group before. I have talked to them numerous times, and they stop in the office on a regular basis. I've not heard anything bad about them.
Support.
Was that a motion?
He made the motion,
Support.
Great.
Any other discussion? You guys, all guys settled on it? Pete?
Yes.
Please, welcome.
Probably will be doing it in September, maybe the end of August. So you might see the water level go down a little bit so that they can get underneath the Eagle Road Bridge. The other one's not a problem.
Ready?
Roll call, please.
Horton,
Yes.
McCafferty,
Yes.
Maureen,
Yes.
Dick,
Yes.
Baldwin.
Yes.
Thank you for getting 3 bids.
Always
You're welcome,
do.
sir. All right,
It was coming close, but the other one didn't get in until today. I just told them I needed it for the meeting.
the last session of public comment, please. 3 minutes, anything you want to talk about? No one?
I've got a couple of concerns. I wasn't surprised by the FOIA response that I received when I sent it in, but when I called to get the email addresses, everyone except the administrator is still using personal email. And I'm sorry I'm speaking. So I'd like that to be checked into. That would include council members using personal email. When you go on to, and I went to every single city, village, and township in Genesee County, and all of them not only mentions who is on council, but it also lists their contact information with links to their direct email, whether it's, well, this was the Village of Holly, which is Oakland County, but Otisville, City of Davison, whatever. I don't understand why even the deputy clerk's email is a Gmail account and not through the Village of Goodrich. So I have to question whether or not when we send in a FOIA, we should be asking for the emails on your personal email accounts as well. The next question I have regarding that is the clerk was out of the office when I sent it, so I got a response back through email saying to contact the administrator. And again, this is through a Gmail account, so I have to contact the administrator with that. Does anyone check her emails when she's on vacation? Because it is a personal email account through Gmail. Does anyone have her password information so that they can check her emails while she's out of the office? And while I was trolling the website this morning, looking for some information, the minutes on your webpage aren't updated. The last one posted was May 5th, but whoever handles the Facebook page is doing an outstanding job. And, I mean, it's great because a lot of people are on Facebook, but I'd really like to see our website updated. Thank you.
Katie Red, Green Road. Last month, I brought to your attention some concerns that I had regarding some dumping behind the cemetery. And I haven't heard anything mentioned about it. I'd like to know if we've taken any steps to address that. I know you certainly handled other people's complaints that haven't been at the microphone, but what about the ones that are happening at the microphone? I'd really like to hear something done about that.
Tricia Wartella. Mr. Baldwin, you talked about the barn that you are replacing right now in the park. And Mr. Vick brought up the fact about the cost, and you stated the amount that we received from the insurance company. This is taxpayer dollars. I'm here to ask and have it reflected in the minutes that we need to see receipts. We as a municipality should see receipts of money spent. The committees that you talk about, Mr. Baldwin, that you're forming, again, we have a council. If you're gonna form committees, I believe it should be the council having it being discussed and voted on, not just your decision. You have a 5-member council that includes you. Lastly, at the last special meeting, you apologized for the banning of videoing and recording. You apologized. This audience here in a regular meeting did not hear your apology for doing what you did, and you said it was misinterpreted. I would appreciate it if you yourself would take it upon yourself to let the public know that you did wrong, and recognize that you had and that you are apologizing for that. I waited till now to come up to the mic. I was hoping you would discuss that like you did at the special meeting. And one last thing, I personally find it very disturbing. You took an oath of office and you recognize the Constitution of the United States. And I believe this with everything that I'm gonna say, and I believe that everybody else here understands it too, that violating the Constitution is a very, very wrong thing to do. And when you said everybody misinterpreted it, what you stated, I don't think the Associated Press and the nation misinterpreted what you stated. But I would appreciate an apology in this audience and to the public for the village. You did it at a special meeting, but you have a regular meeting here. Thank you.
Anyone else? Council, please. Mr. Mick? Mr. Moore?
As far as the cemetery goes, it does not belong to the village. It belongs to the cemetery board. People did dump something in there. I do not have cameras on it, and I cannot watch it daily. Somebody backed in there and dumped some stuff. I can't do anything about that other than put it in the bottom of the hole. It was brush. And that's what we've been filling it with. If you look at the northeast corner, it was like the hole that's down there now 15 years ago. Well, we've got new plots. It's been filled with dirt. And people do sneak in there. That's the reason the dumpster's not in the park all the time, because builders filled it up on Friday or Thursday night after it was dumped. It would be full of drywall the next morning. You couldn't put anything in it. That's the reason it was taken out. People know they can sneak back in there, and I don't have eyes on it. And I'm not gonna put a camera on it. It happened. It's gonna happen. You can drive along the road and see where somebody backed up and dumped a load of stuff out of the truck. It happens. You got people who don't respect. But the cemetery belongs to, that guy sitting over there, he's on the cemetery board. And we do the best we can. You talk about somebody don't have a lot of money, we don't. But we do the best we can. I spent 8 hours down there last Thursday and Friday mowing with my dad. Because that's how we do it. We volunteer to mow it. We use their mower, but we volunteer to mow it. Quite often, I fill it up and don't even charge it. That's how it's taken care of, and it probably will be for the future for a while until we can, we're just now getting it surveyed. It's never been surveyed. You can't get grants until you prove what you own. So we just spent a few thousand to get it surveyed. There's not a stake in there where it shows where the property lines are. That started in 1838. People donated property to it. It just kept getting bigger. There's 5 deeds on it. And the reason the hole's there, when the railroad went through, they dug the gravel out and built the railroad bed. And that's the reason there was a big hole in the back of it, because they didn't have semis to haul it from far away. We do the best we can. That's all we can ask.
Hi, in closing, I've in the past meetings, I said that I would appoint a group of to research the village employees' health insurance. And I'm a big one for committees. I think the think tanks are positive. I think it's great for the community to be involved. With that said, I've made my decision on the 5-person committee, and they're going to research the benefits and the policies and make recommendations to the council. The council will then act upon it. I'm very confident with the ability of the volunteers, and I thank them for their efforts and their determination and their dedication to the village residents. The 5 people are Leslie Hildebrand. Leslie is a teacher at Brandon Schools. She holds a couple of degrees in engineering. Trudy Conlon, she is a special educational professional at Goodrich Schools. I have Cynthia Beebe, retired nurse. I have Richard Ceroli, a retired manufacturing executive, and Rick Horton, an insurance agent. They will do their research. It's a little think tank and get back to the council with their recommendations, and we'll go forward and see where it ends up. With that said, motion to adjourn.
Support.
Favor? Aye, aye, aye.
It shouldn't be that hard.